Well, the judge is starting to look over our first place picks out here this evening. I'd like to introduce to him. This is Kim Brock. Kim is the swine herd manager at Oklahoma State University in Stillwater, Oklahoma, and has been for the last 31 years. He grew up raising and showing Hampshire swine in 4-H and FFA. He attended Northeastern Oklahoma A&M where he received his associate degree and went on to Oklahoma State for his BS in animal science. Kim has served as chairman of the advisory board for the National Junior Swine Association. He has also judged shows in a total of 31 different states here in the United States. Let's give him a round of applause and show him how much we appreciate him. What Kim is in the process of doing right now, since we have 16 pigs in the ring, it's kind of hard to go through 16 all at once. He's picking out his top 5, 6, 7, whatever he decides to pull. And he's going to talk about the remaining ones, and he'll bring back in his top 5, 6, or 7, whatever he has. And
they let him go back out the gate. And Logan.
See the grand champion pig. I want you to look at them and pick them out. I want you to figure out which one you think the judge is going to pick. That makes it funner for you. So study them. I know they're all good pigs, but we're trying to figure out which one is the most perfect. We are trying to divide this just a little bit to make it a little simpler for you to see the very best ones. I want to say congratulations to all these young people. There's some really outstanding lightweight pigs out here. Let's give them a big hand because we really had a fantastic show. There's a lot of special things about your Yuma County Junior Livestock Show, and the kids are obviously the most important part of it, but it takes a lot of volunteers, it takes a lot of great families, and family is the key if you're going to have outstanding 4-H and FFA programs. I want to tell you that when it comes to organizing a pig show, it's no easy task. You've got to have good facilities and you've got to have outstanding leadership. And that guy right over there named Chris Berner, I need him to raise his hand. Chris, can you raise your hand? It's my understanding that he's responsible for how this pig show goes. And I want to tell you, I've seen a lot of them, Chris, and they're not any better organized than this one. I appreciate your help today. We're going to excuse those pigs in the ring. They're outstanding. They're not the 8 most outstanding. I think we've tried to divide them in half. If you don't mind, give them another hand as they're exiting, and we'll drop the others out. Let's give these young people a big hand. We really had an outstanding market hog show today, and I was very impressed with the quality of young people and the quality of pigs that I got to see. Yesterday we even had a more impressive showmanship competition. I'm very, very pleased with the emphasis that's put on showmanship here in this county. That's one of the things that impressed me back years ago when I made my first trip down here to Yuma County. And I told somebody yesterday, what really impresses me, all the kids that show in the market show are required to show in showmanship, and they do a really outstanding job. They don't just go through the motions, they take it serious, and that's very, very important. I want to tell you one thing very quickly, and that is we all realize these young people probably are not going to be in livestock production when they grow up. A few of them might be, I'm sure some of them will. But the chances are a little slim that most of them will. Most of these 4-H and FFA kids might not even be involved in agriculture. But the thing that's pretty certain is they'll make sure their kids have the same opportunity, won't they? Because of how important it is for them. As I reflect on this pig show, and they're all just a little different, you know, sometimes classes are challenging and you use 2 or 3 different winners, and sometimes when you get to championships, it's pretty easy. You know which one's going to be the winner without a doubt. And other times you can study them and you can say, goodness gracious, there's 3 or 4 different pigs out here that I could use, depending on just how they're moving tonight, or just how I evaluate them when I get these class winners back together. This is the first time they've been in the ring together for me. This is a challenging group. This is a group that if you're judging from the sidelines, and I hope you are, we're not going to all agree. You're going to pick a little different one maybe than I am, but that's the nature of livestock competition, especially when you have good livestock to work with. The pigs that I think we narrow it down to as being the very most competitive out here just happen to be the black solid black this predominantly black barrel white-bodied black-headed gilt. And the young ladies class 16 winner. Raise your hand, young ladies, so they know this young lady's gilt right here. You know, there's things about each one of them that I'd change just a little bit. I'd like to see this white-bodied gilt move a little sounder behind. I think she's awesome in a lot of regards. I think the class 16 gilt that we've just introduced to you, the little girl's driving, needs just a little more body, just a little more cover on her for a heavyweight hog. The solid black gilt, how do we need to change her? Not at all, huh? Okay. But she needs to be just a little better the way she goes off those rear wheels. I like how she goes when the young man asks her to really get out and go, and she has that ability reasonably well. This barrel right here looks, as we study him tonight, as one that needs to be just a little stronger as he comes out of his blade, as we look at his loin, where it starts. When he gets out and goes, I think he's a little sounder than maybe some of these stouter appearing hogs are in terms of flexibility. But you fix him a spot or two, no question. Those are my comments, and I'd say congratulations to each of you. This is a challenging decision, no question, but my grand champion is the most complete and productive and soundest appearing bearer for me, and he is a bearer, and he is right.
Obviously, the crowd knows who it is. That is Osborne from Desert Rock. We are now going to bring in the second place pick in that class, which belongs to Kenton Osborne. He'll be bringing that one in to compete for reserve champion.
Hey, Sheridan, you're smiling, guys. Make sure you're smiling. Smile. Okay.
We just brought in this black-headed, white-bodied pig that stood second in class to the grand champion. And that was an awesome class. That top pair of bearers, when I saw those, were a pair that I felt like we might see both of them again possibly, and we still had another class to judge. I'd like to free this guy up just a little bit in terms of his reach and flexibility. You can say that about a lot of them. My reserve grand champion is this solid.